Hello, everybody. We're back.
Hello, everybody. We're back. We're having.
We're gonna talk today about I had a whole thing, Kelly, and I don't even remember what I'm talking about. I had a whole thing prepped. Okay, moving fast. This idea of in software development of like competing on speed, how fast you can develop, right? Like I think that's what a lot of the draw was to Bubble for a while. The Lovable, Replit, both tools are all coming out, and that's what they're saying. That's what they're offering, like speed, right? You're
Mhm.
offering speed and ease of development. Those are the things that platforms like Bubble and the no code, like the low code space in general, which feels like it's slowly going away or evolving into visual AI programming at this point. Um, what they hung their hat on for a while: speed and ease of use for people who do not know how to code, right?
Yeah, the
Um,
accessibility part of it as well. Like
accessibility, right?
it's accessible to people who don't know how to code.
Exactly, exactly, and that's what we're seeing with the vibe coding tools right now. And I think that, and I don't think there's anything wrong with this like line of marketing, but it is
Mhm.
marketing, right? Like I think we have to think about this like a marketing uh, tactic.
Yeah.
And it really comes down to who's doing that the best right now, in my opinion, right? Who is marketing
Mhm.
themselves as the fastest, easiest way to build software? And that's who's getting the attention. Do you disagree with what I'm saying about that? Because I feel that, but I don't know that that's true.
I think that's not the only way to market a company like this, but I do think that's how they're all doing it.
Well, that's what I mean, right? Like
Yeah.
this is what whoever wins this is going to market themselves as the fastest, easiest way to like that they're all competing for that space is I think what
Hmm.
I'm trying to say. It doesn't
Yeah.
mean that any one of them are the best or the fastest. It's just that their messaging is really good for that, right? It says nothing about their product.
It could be the messaging. It could also just be like what people are talking about right now. Like, I think that's way more effective than anything that the company says about itself.
Right, but like they had to have found out about them some way, like they probably found out about them through a LinkedIn post, like somebody talking about this, or the company had to have been talking about themselves about
Hmm.
something, like
I guess
how
it's
would
one of
we have
those
found
things you
out about
can.
these tools?
Right. I think it. Well, I didn't find out because I saw Lovable, an ad about Lovable or whatever. I heard about
Well,
it
there you
because like
go.
all my friends talk about it.
Oh,
But
oh, oh.
so I think it's a backward change, right? Chain. Like you are talking about it, you, my friend, and you heard about it from your other friend. You heard about it from a Slack channel. Who heard about it from a Twitter post? You heard about it, and at some point, it goes back to someone saw Lovable talking about something, right?
Mm,
Or whatever platform. But I don't. So like, sure, you could trace it back to that, but I think there's something more about like the virality of these platforms and how quick they are to try. You can go in and try it really fast. I think that's more marketing than like the actual words that they say. Is like how quickly can you get started?
that's fair. That's a fair point. It's like put a prompt in today, and here's a quick version of your app, right?
I was looking at WeWeb's website. It's just a prompt box. There's
It's just
nothing else.
it's like their
Literally,
landing page.
that's it. You can't
Okay.
scroll, nothing, just a box. And it's the same box as every other company that has like, oh, type it, just Bubble, same. But there's
Yeah.
nothing else on it. Not one word about that company other than the logo and the box. It's incredible.
Yeah. Ease of getting started. And I feel like that's what you mean by accessibility, right? Like ease of getting started. How low is the barrier to starting this thing?
Kind well, no. I mean, I think before it was anyone can code. Bubble's still hard to learn. So like it's not the ease of getting started. I'm talking about like 3 years ago. Let's go back in time. 3 years ago, it was about like anyone can learn how to do this and then build your app without knowing how to code. But it was not easy to get started. It took a long time to figure it out. Right now, I think that these vibe coding platforms, you still need to know something about code. So it's not about accessibility so much. They are about speed. And Bubble, I mean, also is about speed. But they don't have the accessibility is the wrong word, but they don't have the like get started quickly thing, like at all.
Well, they do
I
now.
mean, they kind
They
of
do now. Well, I guess what I'm wrestling with is like, are all of these platforms just competing on speed, right? Like the ease of use. Like what is the difference? Like I'd love to hear from someone else who is really using these. I've tried all of these tools, but I haven't used them for anything useful. Like what is the difference? Why would you choose Replit over Lovable? Like why would you choose one over the other? It feels like all of them are very accessible. If I'm using that word correctly, like you can just get in there real quick, put a prompt in it, and build an app. What beyond that though? Like what does it do beyond like for building, something a little more robust and production ready? And like I'm getting customers on here now. Like is one better than the other? Again, I don't have the answer here.
That seems to change every week, doesn't it? I mean,
it's
like
okay,
whoever's good this week is, and none of that I don't think is marketing, because they're all going to say it, we're the best, right? I think there's positioning. So if Lovable is like good for like every man to make their app, or it's good for design, like whip up a quick design that, you can then import to something else, right? Like if that's their positioning, which I'm not saying it is, I don't know, then like that's a corner of the market that you can kind of carve out for yourself. We're the ones that are great for design, or we're the ones that are great for taking existing code and then tweaking tiny things.
Exactly my point. Yes, exactly. Like I don't feel that yet. I don't see anybody doing that, including Bubble. I don't see even Bubble saying, hey, we do this thing really, really well. We're all saying we're fast, we're easy to use, we build apps, you can scale on it. Like everyone's saying that. So like, is all of that true? And if it is, like, who cares what platform you're using? It doesn't matter. They're all so easy. They're all so fast. They're all so scalable. Who gives a shit? It doesn't matter. Like pick your poison and go with it.
That's why it feels like that messaging is just like a huge mistake. And I'm not a marketing, person, right? I mean, I do have a background in branding, so maybe a little bit, I don't know, some knowledge here, but I don't think that like if you say the same thing as everybody else, but you don't, like Bubble doesn't actually do that. You can't get started that you can do the AI prompt and build your fake app, or fake app. You can build your first your MVP. It is a fake app. Like, I did a full prompt yesterday. I did a test. I did a full long prompt for an app that I have built on Bubble in the past, manually built. And I did the full prompt to see what they made. And it was like real simple shit. It didn't have like half the stuff that I asked it for. It didn't, and I'm not like pooping on Bubble. Like they got to try something, right? But all I'm saying is like, it wasn't a production ready thing. It was not usable. I would have to tweak it a lot. It wasn't even something that I could go like, well, it's a starting point. Like it's not a starting point. It's like got something on the page that I can't actually.
Flowtron agrees with you. Fake app is accurate.
I guess. I don't know. So I guess, and I tried before this call, I tried the same thing on WeWeb, and it was thinking before we got on the call. So I'm not actually sure what I was still thinking. So I don't know. But it looks exactly the same as what Bubble created. It's got the UI already. It's like the same thing.
Gotcha. So. Okay. I mean, I think the point that I'm thinking that probably all of these tools do something well. And I don't think that anyone is really taking an ownership of like what you just said, going back to what you said. I think that's such an important point. It's like, we're doing this well. This is who we're for. And like the what do you call it? Like, and then there's more to compete on than just speed, right? There's more than speed. There's more than ease of use. There's more than that. Those things are good, but they're tired, right? We've been saying that for since you and I got into this space. I don't
Yeah.
care anymore. I don't want to hear that anymore. And I know that I'm a seasoned, like
Yeah,
I've
you're
been
not
here for a
the
while.
who they're talking to.
I'm not the target. I'm not the target, and I'm fully completely aware of that. But if everyone's saying speed and everyone's saying ease of use, what else? What else can you offer? Um,
I
I
have
feel
a
like,
thought on this for
ooh,
Bubble.
yeah,
I have a thought for
okay,
Bubble on this. The thing that I like about Bubble over all of these other platforms is the level of control that I have about every tiny aspect of it. I can
okay.
like craft it. I can craft an app. That is exactly what I want. And I like nothing is going to get in the way of that. Now there are limitations, like like anything, right? So that's not to say that Bubble can do every tiny thing you want to do, but I mean, I have way more control in Bubble than I would in a vibe coding platform, unless it gives me access. This is something that what was the JJ just had him on a show. Hold on, everybody. It's another platform that was a competitor to Bubble at some point, but it's not really anymore. Oh man,
It's probably
hold on.
not Glide, not
No, it's not
Adala. Is
Adala.
it
No,
Adala?
no, 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 no. It is. There we go. Builder, builder,
Builder. Oh yeah, I remember
builder.
Builder.
Yeah. So
The hell
basically,
happened to that?
so they shifted. It sounds like they have shifted to. That was the most boring last minute. Sorry, guys. What they seem to be doing now is like fully AI stuff, where you can take an existing code base, your app that's on GitHub, say you pull in, you branch it, you pull it in to Builder, and then you can prompt from there and tweak it, and you can manually drag stuff around and change things, and it updates the code, and then you can push it back to GitHub, right? So it's like no code in a way. It is still a visual builder. They pull the code in, you see it, and you can mess with it just like you do in Bubble. But then you can also prompt on the side there, and it seems to be more controlled, right? So it seems like, and from what he was talking about on JJ's show, is that their sort of corner of the market is you already have something, you want to iterate on it, right?
Okay.
It's not
Okay.
build an app. Now, on their landing page, they certainly have that box, you know, and
Yeah.
like I tried it and it wasn't great, but I
Okay.
think that there's a difference between like build an app really fast and like you have a team of developers and they can use this to like move quickly in a really controlled environment.
See, that's interesting to
It's
somebody,
interesting.
right? It may not be my use case right now, but those
Right.
people are out there. They
Yes.
have to be somewhere. Yes, it is not everybody. It's
Right.
not, we're replacing code, which I hated from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Like the idea of replacing code. You're not replacing code, you're just not seeing code. But there is an audience for whatever this tool decides it's going to be good at, and
Yeah.
what market do they want to corner. I don't think that first time founders and anyone that can code are good customers, like paying customers. Are they going to give you their money? Like, I got to think that 90% of them are probably not. And they're going to try it. They're going to get to one roadblock and be like, nah, this is hard.
Yeah.
This sucks. Right. So you'll get a lot of people to try it. But are you like, what's the conversion there? Because then your
Right.
top of funnel just has to be humongous. If you're only converting 20 people out of 2,000, then
And if the output is terrible, then like they're never coming back. They might try it the one time and then they go, oh, look at this crap I made. Okay, so
yeah,
Bubble sucks, on to the
yeah,
next one.
and that's in their minds now that, oh, I tried Bubble, that sucked. It's like, wait,
Yeah.
did you try it, or you just like put one prompt in? Because that's what it feels like you're supposed to do now, right? You're
Because
supposed to
that's
just
what you're
put
being told
one
you're
word.
to do.
Yeah.
Like they're actually creating that problem for themselves,
I think everyone is. I don't think it's
Yes.
specific to Bubble or anyone, but I think they all are doing this, and it's just it's I feel that it's a little unimaginative of like these. Yeah, we're all competing for the same people. That's everybody that wants to build an app.
Yeah.
It's like, well, okay, why don't you take a step back? Like, I don't think any of the tools that have come out in the last 2 to 3 years, whenever the AI vibe coding stuff started, have taken away from Bubble's product infrastructure, right? It's
No.
still a tremendous product.
Mhm.
They haven't shifted their marketing to a way that highlights that yet. It's still
Right.
fast or easy, but like it doesn't take away anything from the product infrastructure that they've built. So
But
like
that's all hidden by like nobody if you're just trying it and there's all this freaking hype about all these other platforms, you're not going to know that Bubble has the infrastructure that allows you. Bubble allows you to build complex shit, like really complex stuff, and have a lot of control, not full control, right? Obviously, like you don't get the code. So that's a big thing. But, you know, like you can build, I was working on a client app, or they were showing me around yesterday, this client that I have. And this app is so complicated. It's huge and complicated. And if you let AI loose in that, just be a nightmare. And so
yeah.
like, and I mean, I don't understand code enough to say like, oh, AI can't handle, you know, the tweaking of that. But it's like, if you tweak this thing, I know in Bubble, if you mess with that thing here, it's going to screw up that thing over there. And so like, I know that because I know this platform and I understand this app to a degree, right? I don't know how well Bubble or AI would be able to kind of like isolate and consider all of those things. And, you know, who knows? I don't know. It's a big brain, someone else's brain, right?
I think the argument there is like someone who knows how to code will argue that you have more control with the vibe coding tools, but
Sure.
you have to know how to code,
yes.
right? Like, so, so like it's arguable, but I think what you're saying, Kelly, is like, because I understand Bubble, I have more control over how this gets built and how this affects everything. Whereas if you're just
I'm a normal, I'm not
I'm a normal,
like everybody else in the world who's also a normal, like if they're relying on vibe coding tools to like make their dream, but they don't like, it's a much higher leap to get from here to there than from here to where I am.
I feel like everyone that I speak to that really is all in on vibe coding stuff is coding. Like they know how to code. They're like, oh, I built this, like it's so much better than Bubble. But it's like, yeah, but I also know how to code, which is like fine. That is a legitimate avenue for somebody that understands what it is that they're building. Back to George Collier's point, you can't build what you don't understand. And like that's a viable way. You probably do have more control than you would because you can go in and tweak the code, but you can't change that if you don't. You can't just English prompt the you know, whatever bug that I mean, maybe you can, but like eventually you're going to hit a wall where you need to understand the code.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, hi, George. Hey, I was about to say like George's build prints that he built is like I feel like a perfect use case for AI on something like Bubble or an AI app or whatever, where it can explain your app. You can ask it questions and it can say, okay, here is where this thing happens or where this thing happens. And so, but like, that's not something that anyone would just pick up. Like, that's not what they're teaching you to do when they're saying, type in what you want into this little box. And even the example prompt is stupid and short. You know, build me a project management thing. Okay.
Uber for this.
Yeah. Right. So like, I don't know. I just think there's the missing piece in it. And I guess it's all, we just want to get as many people trying it as we can. That's the game.
Right.
It's not.
Right. And I'm saying what I'm putting forward is that's a stupid game to play. I don't think that's the game anymore. I think that, sure, you can do that, but that's what do they call it? Red ocean? That's not a blue ocean. That's not, there's a limited amount of people that are building and are going to be attracted to that. Whereas I think if you start focusing on a little corner of these areas and like really flesh out who your ICP is, that isn't just like some random person with a random software idea, you'll probably turn that person into a paying customer a lot easier.
Yeah.
You know, like, so you don't need all the marketing in the world. You just have to say the right thing to the right person.
I keep
This is a
hearing
marketing
people,
problem to me.
I mean, I like keep hearing people say, well, oh, it's their investors. Like a Bubble has to do this because their investors want them to. And like, I don't know what I have never raised money, you know? So like, I don't know what investors want. I don't, and every investor is different. So like Bubble may have an investor that doesn't care. And this is just Bubble's choice, the way that they're doing this. They may have investors who are like, you need to be doing this because we want to see these numbers or whatever. Like, who knows? I don't know. And I'm just fully ignorant about that. That's fine. So I think there's a chunk of this that like I can't possibly understand, but just looking at it as someone who wants this platform to survive, I go, well, what you're promising people isn't what they're going to get. So you're going to disappoint them right away. And it's also like not going to build this whole thing about like, you know, Bubble, you can build a real business on it. That's true. You cannot build a real business on an AI generated app made from Bubble's AI. You know, you just can't.
I don't know. I don't know if that's true. I like to think that that isn't true. I like to think that there is a way to build a business on the AI coded tools, but I want to hear from somebody who's done it. Right? I have not.
Oh, I'm
heard
talking
of
about
anyone who's built a
Bubble's
business.
AI generation.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Lovable. I don't know. Sure.
Oh, then I'm with you on that. You need to know how to use Bubble to build a production ready app. Absolutely. There was a point there that you said, damn it, I lost the thought. It'll come back.
Sorry.
Let's see what George has to say here. Vibe coding always wins on the 1 hour time horizon. Bubble always wins after 12 hours with a good dev. There you go. See, that's what I'm saying right here.
Yep.
Which again, like, what is the messaging has shifted a little bit to, you know, production. 80% of the way, I was hearing that for a while. You can get 80% of the way with vibe coding. With that remaining 20% is where we want to live, or where, you know, like that's, you know, that's reasonable, I think.
Do you know what Bubble's landing page says right now?
No.
It says,
oh, let's go.
Okay, it says, do you want me to share my screen?
Yeah.
How do I do it? Share. Oh, share screen.
Oh, investors. That's what I wanted to talk about. After you take us through this, I want to talk about raising money.
That's not, I don't know how to do it. What's wrong with me? I can't do it. Oh, yes, I can. Yes, I can. I'm sorry.
Present or invite.
Yeah, I got
on the
it.
bottom there.
Select tab. Entire. I'm just going to do the entire screen. Okay, there we go. Okay, so here's what I wanted to show you. Can you see it?
I'm going to add it to the stage.
Oh, okay. Is it on? Okay, there we go. One AI-powered platform to build, launch, and grow your business. Bubble is the AI app development platform for founders and businesses building serious, scalable apps, visual development for web and native mobile, no code required. That's not true.
I think it is. I mean, I think this looks like what the others are doing. You know, like this doesn't really, you know, like I guess it says scalable, but this feels to me like every other prompting website that you go to. Like,
Bubble is not that's not true. You can build a crappy MVP and you can like create your data structure, but I mean, have you tried that, by the way? I haven't tried it.
I haven't used it.
I know, is that terrible? I haven't even tried it. But like, this is not an AI powered platform. They have 1 or 2 AI features.
Well, they're going in this direction. I think that, like, whatever. I don't think it's a lie to say what they're saying here, but like, to me, it's just they're marketing the same way that the others are doing it, right? Like that to me is what I gather from this landing page. I want to go back for a second though.
Sure.
The idea of raising money is you know, like I've heard that thing a lot where it's like, oh, you raise money and you have to, you know, like they're doing this because of they raise money and they're slaves to the investors now. I have never raised money either, Kelly, so I'm in the same boat as you with this. But I am pretty close to people who have done it, And you do have a degree of control over who you take money from, right? Like
Yeah.
you aren't in a spot where it's like, I mean, maybe you are, but sometimes, but like it's like you do have, it's not just like you give all of your power away to the investors. Otherwise, the investors would be running the company, you
Yeah.
know, and like why an investor is investing specifically because they don't want to run the company, right? So you can't say like, no, this is the way that we're going to do it. You're giving us the money and the financial backing because you believe that we know how to do this thing. So there is a
Right.
degree of control from the founder who is accepting money to first off say who they're going to take money from, and B, retain a level of control over their company. So
Yeah.
I don't take that as an excuse for anything. Bubbles never said that, right? So like,
No, they haven't.
they do. But I'm saying for all of those that say like, oh, that's why they're doing this, this is not a valid excuse in my opinion. Like this is not a good excuse.
No, I mean, and this is valid. I think Bubble wants to be relevant, you know, and like they're competing against all of these other things. But I think like putting yourself in the same category as them when you are not nearly in the same category is a mistake. It just feels like a mistake.
And that you don't have to be either. You don't have to be in the same category as them. You know, like it's yeah. There's a lot of parallels I wanted to draw there, but yeah. Bubble. So George agrees with you here. Bubble's AI iteration is unfortunately going to be disappointing to experienced devs. I guess he's talking about something that hasn't actually been released yet. It says it's going to be disappointing.
No, I think he's talking about the new. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but like the app generation thing, like when I don't think he means in the future. Like it just is disappointing. If a traditional dev tries it.
Well, because I remember them saying something along the lines of like there's going to be more like an AI assisted like in the editor experience, like Cursor, for example. You know, like I think that maybe that's what he's referring to. We'll let him answer. Luis, what do we got? I agree with everything as of today.
Yeah.
Comparing those around the V12. I agree with that. I agree with that. I've always kind of defended Bubble by saying like, hey, don't judge it based on what it is today. You know, it's what could it be tomorrow. So I think there's some leeway there. As long as I can see the kind of the direction that they're going in, like that's enough for me. The real question is, what will AI be capable in 5 years' time? Or AI evolves exponentially, and there are billions of dollars being invested into it. Sure, I don't disagree with that.
Can I tell you about what Flutterflow is doing?
Sure.
Okay, so I was.
What John said. I love George. George is so terse.
I know.
He gets his message across in 3 words or less. I love it, George.
Okay, so I was looking at Flutterflow. Here we go. Entire screen. 17 clicks to share your screen. Am I sharing? No.
I'm going to bring it to the stage. You're good.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait. Right. No, you're displaying us. Wait.
Here you go. Try
there
it.
You go.
Okay. So Flutterflow, if you go to Flutterflow's homepage, there's nothing that I see about AI except for in the menu, right? Build UI and logic, visually, customize everything, connect your data with a few clicks, right? Collaborate. This is all looks like a robust platform. Okay, this one, big one. Okay, little AI window up here. And then when you look into what they're doing here, this build with AI by your side, not AI will build for you, right? Components and pages instantly. So there's a few things that they do. You can take an image of something like a menu bar or I don't know, a sign up window, and it will build that component for you, or just like this screen, right? You can also prompt to build a component, not a full app, just a component that you can add to some screen in your app.
Right.
Page, same thing, page autocomplete. I don't really know, like, I guess you start building and then it's going to finish your page for you. Interesting. Import from Figma, another beautiful use of AI, right? I mean, Bubble has just acquired design, so now there is an import from Figma. I don't know if it's AI. I don't think it's AI. I could be wrong. And then this is really interesting. You can build an agent for your users for your app, right? So it's like bringing AI into very specific little area, like set up an AI, integrate with AI via API. Well, I guess this is just, having an AI centric app. So what they're doing, I guess what I'm saying is like, they're not just giving away the whole process to AI and saying we're an AI platform. They're using AI in a smart way.
Yeah.
That's what I'm able to do.
It feels a lot more thoughtful, right?
Yes.
It feels like some effort was put into that. And even if it's not true, right? Like even if it's just a really good landing page, like we're talking about marketing here. Even if it's just a really good landing page, it feels more thought out. Like this was how we integrate AI and make your experience in the editor for people who know how to do this, like more or better, more robust, gives you more control, not takes away control, right? Like that's what that feels like. As you were going through that, I haven't looked at Flutterflow's website in a while, but as you were going through that, that's how I'm feeling. It's like, oh yeah, like I feel safer with this as opposed to just build me Uber for cats and let it do create a whole database for it. It's like, I don't need that. I don't need that. I know how to do that. Again, I know this is not who you're targeting, but
why not? But why not? Like, this is what I can't understand. The people you're targeting are not going to pay you anyway. They're not going to pay you. So you got some vanity metrics that like some people tried your app. Okay, who fucking cares? Like, get the people who are serious about building something real. Those are the people who are going to pay you and be your customers and like stay with you if you can execute on it. So why not go after those people? They're better customers.
Those people who have tried an AI builder got to a wall that they couldn't figure out, and you're picking that up. They had to have gone through that process before in order to see the value in something that's a little bit more controllable.
Serious. Yeah.
Yeah. Control is a good word, I think, here. I feel like when I think about these newer tools, I do feel like I'm nervous. I'm nervous about just clicking an AI button because I'm like, I don't know what this is going to do. Even in BuildPrint, I told George there was like an auto fix to something, and I'm like, George, what is this going to do when I press this? I'm horrified of the result of this. And he explained it to me, but I was like, I don't want to press this. I don't know if it's going to change my privacy rules. I don't know if it's going to fix something. Like, what is it going to fix? So, like that, knowing that beforehand is like, I guess you don't care if you're a newer developer. You're like, you just want to get it out the door. You just want to do that. But for something where there's people using it and people paying you for it, I need to know what the hell this thing is going to do.
Yeah. Yep. And the smart, that's not the right word. The like serious people who are trying to build something, they care about that. It's the difference between here. I'll give you, I have the perfect example. You ready?
Give it to me.
Okay. It's the difference between like 5 years ago, 3 years ago, a designer who used the Adobe suite versus someone who used Canva. Canva, you can make something attractive quickly. Sure. Absolutely. But that's for the masses. And now it's more serious tool. It is. But like a designer would never use Canva, like a professional designer, because you don't like, it's not a serious tool, or it wasn't a serious tool. And still I'm a designer. I'm not going to use Canva, right? Even I have tried it recently. I'm still not going to use it. It's just
is
a
it
different,
better?
It's better than it was. Yeah, I mean, I didn't play with it for that long. I was like trying to whip up something quickly. I was like, I'll just do it in Canva. And I was like, oh no, I can't. I didn't have enough control. I couldn't like adjust the corner of that line, whatever, so I just think it like vibe coding tools are the Canva of software development right now.
At the moment, right?
At the moment, yeah.
At the moment, who knows what it's going to turn into?
For sure.
Right. Who knows what any of the tools that are incorporating AI now are going to, what that's going to morph into? Fine. We're talking about the state of the union right now, just what it is right now. What did Flo trying to say here? We at least need to be able to diff F branches so we know. You know what that means?
Michael.
Flo trying. I don't know what this means, dude.
Yeah. Where you can look at the differences between two branches. Yes.
Oh, like
So,
side by side?
Yeah, side by side. And you can like see where it highlights the code, what's different in the code. And yeah, it's like that is a word that they use. When I was in WordPress, I would use that. Like you could see it side by side.
Diff
but
F?
Like diff F. I don't remember what it was called. I guess it's called diff F. I don't know.
I feel like
Michael.
This is a typo. We're trying to figure out like deep dive on this diff F. You probably just like typed it wrong. I don't know, dude. Elaborate, please.
Yeah.
So yeah,
but yeah, I think the point he's making. Sorry, the point he's making is that like if you're saying to fix this, you need to be able to compare them side by side and go, what is it going to change? What are the changes it's going to make? What does he say?
Just compare different branches. Yeah, it's like you said, Kelly. It's just like being able to compare them. And I agree. I think that would be a very useful, especially if you're working on a team.
Okay.
Like that's a very useful thing to be able to side by side compare branches, because the merge is the scariest thing right now. You know,
yeah.
Like, you don't know what it's going to break.
Oh my God.
I think that going back to just kind of taking a step back in how we got here too, like there was always these trade-offs with the newer development platforms that were coming out even 5 years ago between ease of use and like control, right? Ease of use and control. And there's these scale, and Bubble sat very heavily on the as compared to the other low-code tools on the control side, whereas like Adalo was very focused on the ease of use side. It was so easy to get started. I feel like the vibe coding tools have wiped the floor with all of those tools as far as like ease of use goes, right? You're not competing with that. No one is going to compete with how easy this has become. Don't try. But like there's the control thing to consider. There's still a whole world of people on that control side that will pay you money to good money to build, have a good product in place. So like, I don't know why the marketing just doesn't have to be all about ease of use and speed. What's up, Benoit?
Hi, Benoit. Benoit just got married. I saw his wedding pictures. They were gorgeous.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
I don't know how much more I have to say about this.
I know, me neither. I don't know.
Like, I feel like we've solved all the problems.
Yeah.
If someone else has anything else, a hot take on this topic, let us know, because I'm quickly not caring about this anymore. But I feel like it's ingrained in my mind. But I'd like to hear an alternative point of view from what Kelly and I just discussed.
Yeah, I think there's two things for us, from our perspective as developers. There's like the marketing, but there's also what they're actually doing in the app, and like the build your app with AI doesn't really affect me because I never am coming in from that channel, right?
Same.
But it's the fact that they have to market, or they are marketing that, so they have to build it, which means then other stuff doesn't get built. And I think that's the frustrating thing for me, is that how about that workflow editor? What's going on with that? It's been months. They built it and they were like, we're going to iterate on it. We hear your concerns, and nothing. A couple things have been fixed.
It goes into the prioritization, right? Like the whole stack of like what the product roadmap looks like. What do well, we're talking specifically about Bubble now. What does Bubble feel is important over the next 6 months? What are the features that we can expect to be released? Like, I don't even care like what those things are really. I just want to know what they are so that I can plan around that. Like I probably won't argue with a roadmap, because like what like, I guess if enough people say it, it might change it. But like, I'm probably not going to be the one to be like, hey, you should focus on this as opposed to this. I don't know what your business looks like. I don't give a shit. You're doing what I need you to do right now, and I'm fine with that. Not everyone feels that way, but like, just help me plan for myself with a little bit of insight into what your priorities are. That's all I ask.
Yeah, well, I mean, I definitely have opinions about the roadmap, but like, I think that if they were to lean into the control messaging, that you have full control in Bubble, then on the roadmap would need to be things that give us actual control. Like there are many parts of Bubble that we just don't control, like where your servers are, right? Or when some people don't care about that. Like most of the time, I don't care about that, but people do care about that kind of thing, right? Or like give us defaults that like custom defaults that we can set for different things in the editor. Like give us control. Give us some tool to export your code.
They have to decide that is like the way the company is going. You
Sure.
know, like if that's what they do, then we're going to see probably a flurry of these features just explode onto our editors because like, oh, that's just the priority. Now we're focusing on this. This kind of lack or this focus on one thing over the other is like, what, like, are you thinking about what that means? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm trying to call into question. Like, are you thinking about what you're focusing on and why?
I'm sure they are. These are smart people. Like, I don't want to like denigrate anyone at Bubble. They've built an incredible thing. But I don't know that they've ever been great at the marketing piece.
Yeah,
I think
it could just be that.
I don't know. But I mean, again, like I've met their marketing team, also really smart people. So I mean, it's a really challenging environment that they're in. So I don't want to like be mean about it. It's just a frustrating thing because like I want them to win, and it feels like what's happening now just is like not the way to win. Do you think if Bubble just said, you know what, we'll use AI in some ways, but like we're not going to market it, we're not going to talk about it in the way that we're talking about it, do you think they have a chance at surviving?
I feel like we have to get out of this idea of winning. Like winning to me is the wrong way to look at this. It's not winning. It's like deciding what you are and being the best at that. And like no one will catch up to you. It doesn't to me, like winning or losing and going away, like those are I don't think that it has to be that way. I just don't agree with that. Like winning. Why do we have to win? Why can't it just be like, I'm really good at this and I'm going to win this thing, this part of the thing. I don't have to win everything. I got to win this thing.
I mean, there is like a benchmark of like a baseline of what they need to make financially in order to survive as a company and like keep their team. Like they just lost Carly to OpenAI, and Carly's brilliant, and like, I mean, I don't know what happened there. It's great for her. I'm very happy for her. But like, yeah, their smart people are going to get poached and their smart people are going to want to be on like the winning team.
I guess. I don't know.
I think there are winners. I think there.
I don't know. I don't know. I think that the idea of winning is why we're in this position right now. Why all of these companies are saying the same thing, because they're all trying to beat each other instead of like ignore everyone except the people that you want to serve. See what's going to drive value for them and do that better than anybody else can. I think this competition is what's messing this up.
Yeah. I wonder, from what you just said, I wonder if Bubble is clear on who they want to serve. Like, what's their avatar, their customer avatar?
Yes, that's what I
would love to see just a little write up of that. Because I'm your customer avatar. It's me, you guys. I'm your perfect customer.
Same. Yeah, we're paying a good amount of money to Bubble. We are. And
we weren't, there's no like competition for my dollars. I am trying these other platforms. I'm thinking about them. I'm fully freaking out these days about all of this. I'm having an absolute existential crisis about all of this. But like, if I'm not building on Bubble, I'm probably not building, if I'm really honest with myself, like I'm going to do something else. Right. So like, that is a group of people that you want to capture, and you want to make sure that they love what you do and that you're improving it in the ways that they want. Of course, I'm saying this, it's me. Right. But like, if you did that, man, you would just have this like committed base of people who will talk about your product and share it with other people and convince clients that it's the better option. I mean, there's so much to that.
You know,
Hmm.
I hear that. All right,
Yeah.
Kelly, are you satisfied with
Nah, I mean, I'm
what we
sure.
said?
Yeah.
Well, at least what we said about this. I don't know
Yeah.
how. I think I'm good.
Yeah, let's close it up.
All right, everyone. Thanks for the
Okay.
input. Catch you all
See
later.
y'all. Oh, wait,
Oh,
wait, wait.
wait.
What Ben just said.
I said something. People who are
I
not
put it on the
technical.
thing.
Non-technical prompting will be fast.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I think that's right.
For sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Way to close it out, Benoit.
Summed up in this one thing. We could have just
That's
not done
right.
that talk and just
I
showed Ken
know.
us.
Yeah, you showed up too late, man. All right.
All right.
I'm off next week. I'm out of here, so no live stream. But I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Wait. We're getting all the comments now. Now everyone
Oh.
jumps in.
Oh my God, you guys.
Yeah, I think
Wait, I'm just going to read it out loud. Yeah, I think that that it's an untruth that non-technical users can build good apps, which raises the question of who Bubble is for, because technical Bubble users can probably use AI to code. Yep.
Yeah.
It's an untruth that non-technical users can build good apps. I'm not technical. I build some good apps.
Well, I think what he means is that I think someone said this a while back where they were like, Bubble, I think it was Jacob. I think Jacob said that Bubble tricks you into being technical. It trick without you actually like learning syntax. So like, yeah, I think Kelly, the way that you're seeing it is like, I don't know coding syntax, right? Which is a very narrow, like that's one thing. And like, yeah, see, like George, here you go. Look at all the feedback that they're saying what I was about to say. I'm not even gonna say it. Yes, you are technical.
Okay,
Technically
fine.
minded is different than knowing how to code. There you go. I don't even have to say it.
It's true. It's true. I'm sure it's just an insecurity I have. I just feel that. But now I know how to do APIs, so I'm very, very technical. Also, newsflash, everybody. I know how to do APIs now. I'm not scared of them.
The bento got you there.
Yeah, the bento
which
effect.
is as a marketing, an email marketing platform, which is interesting.
Yeah, you guys, if you're on here and you're a Bubble developer and you've been trying to find a platform for your email that's not SendGrid or Postmark, try Bento. It's quite good. I really enjoyed using it, and it does transactional and marketing.
And SMS. What was that other one that you? They're gonna think we're like sponsoring. There are sponsors now. These are just cool tools. We're not paid by anybody to say this.
So I have a couple things there. Customer IO is the other one, which is a more as like mid-tier. So like Bento is like startup. It's scrappy. It's bootstrapped. Customer IO is like funded. I think they raised like $40 million recently, a couple of years ago or something. And it's like it's more enterprise, I guess. And it's more like a collection point for all of the activity that's happening in your app. So you send a little hook basically to Customer IO when someone logs in, when they click a button, when they go to a page, blah, blah, whatever, just like sending constant data to Customer IO. Bento, you can do the same thing. But anyway, what I wanted to say about Bento, which it plays into this conversation, so I'll just say it, is that because it's a bootstrapped company, it's run by this guy, Jesse, he has decided to build like a Calm company. Have you heard of that? A Calm company?
Oh.
Yeah,
yep.
Calm. And so like they're not trying to grow real fast. It's bootstrapped. They're profitable. They're fine. And they are able to be very nimble because of that, because they didn't take all this money. And
wait, is that what Calm means? Is that what a Calm company is?
Calm company is, there's a definition for it. And
oh God, I'm
going to embarrass myself by it. But
I thought you were talking about the company Calm. It's like an app.
No. A Calm company is Calm company definition. It's something about like growing slowly and not like embracing sustainable measured growth that respects both employees and their customers. So there are like funders. I know, it's really nice. There's accelerators and things like that like they only fund Calm companies, and it's small investments just to be able to get the founder to like be able to quit their job and like, really work on the thing. that kind of thing. It's not like you don't raise millions and millions of dollars, right?
I love this.
It's
I'm
very
so
cool.
glad you told me about this. I love this idea.
Yeah, do some research on it.
Frame of thinking. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and so Bento has a Discord. I think they have like 4 employees, and the Discord is where you like kind of hang out and get support and that kind of thing. And it's like it feels like what I imagine early days of Bubble was like, where Emmanuel was like in the forums all day answering questions. That's how it is. Jesse, the founder of Bento, is just answering your support questions. And like the other day I was like, hey, you don't have this one feature on this that you have on this other similar thing. Like, is it, am I missing something? And he's like, oh yeah, that should be there. And he shipped it in like 20 minutes. It was just there. I was like, God, it's that easy.
That's so
and
nice.
Oh man, it was so nice. It was so nice. What it's missing though is, and it's like, technically it's like really pleasing to use as a technical person. But what it's missing is the community part. There is the Discord, but everyone's just talking to Jesse. They're not talking to each other. And when I look at that, I'm like, man, Bubble just kills it in that regard. Not as a company, Bubble doesn't, but Bubble as a movement, like, look at all of us just hanging out here,
Still talking about it.
Still talking about it.
Speaking of Discord, someone suggested that you and I started Discord for like discussion around this live stream. I don't know if that's a good idea or not, but if enough people say like, yeah, you should do that, so we could all just keep chatting about this stuff because we care, then we'll do it. Yeah. But like, I've started Discords before and they've become a little difficult to manage.
Yeah.
I know it's kind of like work I don't want to do, but like if you think it's going to be helpful, then.
Well, the cool thing about this is like we just show up, right? And so it's like pretty easy.
You have to do very little prep for this.
Yeah, exactly.
Discord.
Amazon SES. Oh, interesting.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. I haven't used it.
Haven't used that either. I haven't even heard of it. Discord. What is this being Photoshop?
Michael, what are you typing?
Bro, take a moment and type normal. I don't know what you're saying.
I think he's saying I love Discord.
That's supposed to be a hard.
I hate Discord with a passion. I hate it. I hate it so much. Oh God, it's the worst. I hate it. Yes.
Why do you hate it? Tell me why you hate it.
I hate dark mode, number one. I hate dark mode. I hate it. And it's just like I can't make it not dark mode unless I pay for it. And so whatever. I'm sure
that's your biggest gripe with it.
That's a huge gripe. But also threads. You can't really do threads in the way that you can in like Slack or something like that. The problem is Bento's using it for support. And so you end up with these support messages that are all disjointed, these conversations. And if it's a big enough conversation, he'll pull it out into a separate little sub conversation or whatever. But like for the most part, all the support messages are just like interrupting each other and stuff. And so like, I don't like it for that. Yeah.
I hear that. I've never used it for like work stuff. It's always been for like fucking around, it's fun. Like people are just like in there kind of chatting and talking about this stuff. It was never serious, for what we're trying to do. So I had a good experience from like using it that way, but I don't think that like I would use this with my team at work. Like that's not what it's for, like it's
it's like a social place, I guess. And
it was built for gamers. Like the original intention was for like people who game, so they could just talk to each other.
Yeah, and that's like not my space.
We'll see. I don't know. I'll put it out there, but I'm not committing to that if no one cares.
Yeah.
All right. Cool, okay. Kelly. We good?
Cool. Yeah, we're good. All right. Bye, everybody. Everyone. We're for real leaving. See y'all
later.